Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about love or respect today. And I just keep honing in on respect because, God, love is such a good word, but it kind of gets played out. So, anyway, fuck love for now. We're just going to go over here to respect because I just think, respect is a different kind of word. It implies a different kind of a thing. And this morning I was having some discussion with a couple of friends of mine about, respect and what it means to respect people and how to respect people. And I think that regardless of all the different things that were said, what we seemed to all agree on was that there has to be some common thread. There has to be some human understanding. There has to be an acknowledgement that even though I may not understand or like this person, they get the same space, time, energy that I do. Nothing about me makes me more important than you or him or her or that. And this is a difficult thing to accept. And again, I put this in the caption, the past couple of years have really challenged that capacity to respect people for me, strangers and even people close to me around, decisions that were being made. But I was also able, in most cases, not all, I had my moments, to pull back and see that in some ways, the ways that people were acting were fear-based and really pressured and pushed and pulled by bigger forces around and outside of us that were creating a lot of the fear and creating a lot of the behavior. And, could I still respect people despite the fact that they were doing and saying things that I found almost like abhorrent or horrible or just downright fucking stupid? I mean, and I think when I say something like stupid, I don't mean unintelligent. I mean things like, when you start putting forth things about what you think I should be doing, that's not only not respectful of me, that's not respectful of you, because who do you or I or does anyone think they are to think that they know what's good or right for another person? And even if you do, because you've learned a couple of things or you're some kind of expert, I would invite you to pull it back, and bring it back to your own chair and your own seat and say, well, whilst I'm trying to teach or preach these things to other people, how am I doing with them in my own life? So, and that often, that question often sets me back because I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Maybe I should stop talking because I just don't know how to put those things in my life. Like, how can I demand respect from you when I don't respect myself, right? So I want to go out, I want to maybe meet friends, meet men, meet this, new people. And I'm like, oh, that person disrespects me. And then I sit there and I'm not talking about somebody disrespecting me on the street. I'm talking about ongoing disrespect in a relationship. I mean, I've got to sit back and say, why am I allowing that? But, so there's just a lot of different ways that love and respect go hand in hand. But, I think respect for me is really the order of the day because, love and like and all that kind of pleasurable stuff, like I'm just supposed to go along because it's all okay. That sort of is like I can't necessarily always go there. But to respect, I can go. To respect being like, you're doing what you're doing, I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm maybe over here, you're over there, that's good. If we can come together, great. If we can't, I might not be able to continue to respect you if you come closer, so I might have to stay over here and you over there. But it's all okay, because we live in a world that's multifaceted and multicolored. I mean, it's kind of like my painting back here, my cousin painted that, really good job. But it's just a splash of color and diverse objects and shapes and colors and sizes. And that's kind of the way the world is. And I don't think, see, that can still make a beautiful piece of art. And yet we don't look at the world like that. I mean, somehow there's this idea that we're all supposed to end up thinking the same way. And what would that look like? That would look like a white canvas or a black canvas or a yellow canvas or some kind of homogenized bullshit. And I don't think that, at least I don't think that's not the world that I want to live in. I want to live in a world where lots of people are different and I can decide where I want to be and who I want to be with and that I can respect everybody because I respect myself. Like, I'm nobody's authority. I'm not making decisions for people. I'm not saying it should or shouldn't be a certain way. You can do that. You're a grown adult. And if you can't do that, it's your job to find the resources or the help to be able to figure out how to do that, how to support yourself and think for yourself as an adult, how to be responsible, grow, learn, make your own choices. And so I think respect is ultimately powerful. And when I maintain and build my own self respect, I can be respectful of everything that's going on in a really crazy, highly diverse world, diverse of, people and opinions and all sorts of other stuff. Because really, what I want, what I'm seeking for, what I'm searching, what I'm teaching, what I'm talking about is how to find peace, man. And peace comes from the power you have within, and it can't be keep looking out. I can't keep looking out there for what I need in here. It's already here. So they say, so I'm going to keep looking. You have a good day. Thanks for spending time with me.